time you take a sip in this smoky atmosphere, you press that bottle to your lips, and I wish I was your beer. And in the small there of your back, your jeans are playing peekaboo. I'd like to see the other half of your butterfly tattoo. Hey, that gives me an idea. Let's get out of this bar, drive out into the country and find a place to park. 'Cause I'd like to see you out in the moonlight. I'd like to kiss you way back in the sticks. I'd like to walk you through a field of wildflowers, and I'd like to check you for ticks. I know the perfect little path out in these woods I used to hunt. Don't worry, babe, I've got your back, and I've also got your front. I'd hate to waste a night like this. I'll keep you safe, you wait and see. The only thing allowed to crawl all over you when we get there is me. You know every guy in here tonight would like to take you home.
She nice?
Oh, Nathan.
She's nice, yeah.
What's your favorite thing about her?
Well, I didn't ask it, so you shouldn't give a blank stare. Actually answer the question.
What?
Whoa, look at those fish.
But I've got way more class in them, babe, that ain't what I want. 'Cause I'd like to see you
Got it all.
out in the moonlight. I'd like to kiss you way back in the sticks. I'd like to walk you through a field of wildflowers, and I'd like to check you for ticks. Now, ooh, you never know where one might be. And ooh, there's lots of places that are hard to reach. I got you. I'd like to see you out in the moonlight. I'd like to kiss you, baby, way back in the sticks. I'd like to walk you through a field of wildflowers, and I'd like to check you for ticks. Oh, I'd sure like to check you for ticks. Come on.
I was gonna say, is this a funeral for the fish or we need... Oh no! No!
You forgot to light it on fire. Oh!
Here, Daryl, use this board.
I got them at the Uniforms for You store for $10, and they got a waistband in them, which makes them extra comfy.
What about all the pockets?
Oh yeah, of course they have pockets. There's one there.
Snacks in them.
Two here.
For like burst soda. Anything?
That's it.
You guys all have your 5th year this year, but unfortunately, I didn't know until the other night. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you your 5th year award next year, so you gotta come back. And Mike's gonna send me the list, so I can now keep track of every year of who gets their 5th year. But you guys have all hit 5 years the same year.
Which I want everyone to know is his list to begin with.
This is my list.
That I'm now sending to him so that he can
Yeah.
keep track.
So,
Much like the grocery list.
so anyway, if you have something you really want, email it to me, but I'm gonna get you what I want anyway. Okay? But congratulations for 5 years. Look around, Nick. They're a lot younger than you. So Nick took a little longer to get through.
Kind of like college.
Kind of like college. Okay.
Well, how do you
you
know?
guys,
We haven't gotten through it yet.
No, I'm saying, look around your class.
Wait. You guys need to give a big thank you to Grandma Elaine, because Grandpa Gene started this tradition, and Grandma Elaine wanted it to continue after his death, and that's why we do it year after year, because it's such a great family outing. So give Grandma a big hey.
Thanks, Grandma.
Thanks, Grandma.
You know,
that was a harmony.
You know, I'd like to know is Nathan,
We're
what
brothers.
in 5 years, what do you remember? What's your thing that you enjoy the most or whatever, besides being the biggest?
In the magazines.
Probably catching the really big northern. I
Really?
caught a lot of big northern up here.
Casting and cool.
I think that was his was the same time I had mine. My favorite was we were casting with Uncle Mike in a bay, and I caught 2. I think they were like 22-inch northern, and that was pretty fun.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, besides the
fish catching stories.
fish.
Well, I've had a lot of fun. Just, you know, you don't get to come up here too often, and I did catch a big northern too, so that was pretty awesome. It's mounted in our basement, so every time I go in our basement, I see that. But let's not use that one for the overall. But
We can edit this, right?
yeah.
He's got a MacBook.
Take 2. But I think just coming up here and just, you know, when you're on the lake and you think about like why Grandpa came up here, I think that's the coolest thing about coming up here, because you really start to really get a feel for why he did come up here. I think that's
Good,
pretty
Nick.
cool.
Nick, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Anything else you guys want to share or anything? You get to do this next year again, so you have a
Yeah.
year to
That's
prepare. Because
You're right.
Right.
Alright,
Alright.
I guess I'll go something else then. If Nick's gonna try and outdo me here.
Oh!
Gauntlet has been tossed.
Challenge.
Accepted.
I think it's cool to see how other people live. Kind of like a extra environmentalist kind of point of view, where you don't grow up in a certain area and then you go up to, say, Canada, and you see how other people live. And it's not so much fast food, and it's more family oriented up here in these smaller towns. And I think that's neat.
And you
Take
do know
that,
we
Nick.
don't live up here the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do anyway.
Cool.
Cool. Tony, you want to try to outdo your big brother?
I'll work on next year's.
Hey, stick with the fish story. You beat them already.
Yeah, that'll work.
Uncle Mike's got a tear in his eye. I can tell you that right now.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, good
Hey,
job.
very nice.
Good. Applause.
That's rough.
Okay, I want Big to come up.
I don't know how to.
Pull this fucking thing out.
That's all right, just leave it on. So now, you guys don't realize this.
It may be off right now. No, it says record.
The
You're
red
fine.
light's on.
It may be off.
So you guys don't realize this, but Big and Matt are the only two that came up with Grandpa Gene. And Big is 20th year up here. So Nathan, you're how old?
I'm 18.
Okay, 2 years before you were born. Plus he missed a couple of years in there. So anyway, Big's got the 100th anniversary, 100th Shore Lunch Award next year, which takes a year to get.
It's so exclusive. I have to find the rarest
I
one.
didn't. I forgot you guys. I didn't forget the 100th Shore Lunch
Oh.
Award. That just takes 1 year to get. You
Well,
have to order 'em.
he's at 98. Is really what's
Yeah,
behind.
and that too. We have
Right,
to make
right.
sure.
Oh.
Get the official 100 in.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. So anyway, big after 20 years, and maybe you guys should share something about your first years with Grandpa and anything.
Well, I mean, I'll never forget my first night in the barrel. No, but gosh, I mean, I think coming up here, you know, at what 14 with Grandpa, and it was completely different from anything we do now. I mean, the cabin was different, but apart from that, it was hardcore fishing, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an hour shore lunch at best. And let me tell you, it was hard my first few years, but I learned a lot from it. I mean, I'm a better person because of it, and you know, I'll always treasure those, you know, hours spent on the boat with Grandpa and my uncles as well. I mean, I can still tell people today, you know, that I'm going to the fishing trip and it's the 34th year and it was started, and you know, the response is the same from everyone. Is, you know, wow, I wish we had something like that, you know, and I know all of you that much better because we spend all this time up here. So, you know, obviously thank you, Grandma, but thank you, Grandpa, for starting this for us, and thanks everyone for keeping it going. It really is something special. As much as we goof around and and make fun, it truly is something special.
I'll never forget. My Uncle Mike and I were in the boat down by Adamson Day when Grandpa's 20-year-old stringer broke with a full load of fish on it. And poor Mike, was it your first year or second year?
You know, it was
later than, it wasn't.
It wasn't my first year. It wasn't my first year, because
Okay.
I may not have come back my first year, to be quite honest with you.
This poor kid is holding up the end of the stringer. The fish are going that way.
There's probably
That was
20.
Yeah,
20
little
fish on
walleyes.
there.
Dave was not as mellow as he is now. And then Dave gets his fishing rod thrown in the water, and Mike retrieves the fishing rod, so now it's neutral and everything else. And Grandpa sits there with this crappy stringer, and he doesn't catch any blade, you know.
Well, the stringer was probably older than I was at
Oh.
the time, quite honestly, and yeah, that is definitely my fondest and most often brought up memory of Canada. So thank you.
And I'm sure going to Grandpa, the stringer worked fine because you had
Exactly, it was all. I didn't know how to handle it.
And since we had shore lunch today in Lost Watch Bay, it reminded me that first year, Big and I we were fishing in Lost Watch Bay, and it was a day like today. It was cold, windy, drizzling rain, and he's sitting in the front of my boat, hunched over, and he reaches in his pocket and takes out a cold Pop-Tart and eats that Pop-Tart, and I'm sitting there looking at him, I'm thinking, this kid is never coming back here again. This is too much for anybody to endure. But he made it through the week, and then he's been here ever since.
When you came here, was it the same lake that we're doing now?
Yes. Yep. Same lake, pretty much same location. The only thing that's changed is the cabin. The first year we were here, we stayed in cabin number 1, and I slept in that bed that sits out here that has all your tackle on it. It was a different cabin, but it was set up very similar to that, and I was out in the main area.
They rebuilt it since
Yeah.
then too.
Yeah, definitely.
But we didn't have boats like this.
Oh no.
We spent 20 minutes getting boats running in the morning. We didn't have a grill. We were making fires. It was a lot different. And Grandpa wanted to take home a limit of 6 each.
Yeah, 6 each.
Plus 8,
Right.
twice as many fish at noon as he could handle. Oh God, we had to fish.
Yeah. And then if we had more than 6 per person, they still went home with
I was
us.
gonna
They were
say, just
hidden under
6?
the floorboard of the motorhome.
Inside sleeping
In
bags.
things.
Oh, jeez.
Next to the sawed-off shotgun.
You'd be surprised how many hiding places there are in a motorhome.
Oh, yeah. But, anything else, Big?
Great memories.
I mean, Dad brought it up, you know, this year. I'll always remember. I guess it was probably in succession. Taking my jeans and cutting them into a pair of shorts with a fillet knife out in the boat, and then eventually it was so frickin' hot that I threw the shorts away and was fishing in my frickin' underwear because it was blistering hot out there.
And that was in that
Yeah.
cut behind Wild Edges where he was down to his skivvies.
Yeah.
I think there's a rock, a
There's
submerged rock over
right
there.
where that submerged rock, yeah, next to that.
Too soon.
Trust me. Trust me on that one, man.
Oh, we were friends.
Portaging to Adamson Lake
Yeah.
with the small
No.
Oh, yeah.
casting back there.
Getting ticks like crazy.
Oh,
Your grandpa
yeah, you
had
thought
a-
you had a lot of ticks the other day.
Oh.
Just that portage was
I'm sure.
it was ridiculous coming out of there,
Big
finding them for
Big
days.
and I were back there one day and we were casting for Northerns and we had these big lipless crankbaits and they were probably 4 inches long and weighed 4 ounces and big reared back and cast and the bail went closed on his reel as he cast. That big old lipless crankbait broke off and went through the trees and there were branches falling. It just sounded like a chainsaw, like click, 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 and the branches started falling off of trees. We never found it.
No, there's no chance at that point.
But you've always had the ability to cast into trees. We had a shirt made up for it called
I had the
Tree
shoreman.
Man.
I was the shoreman, yeah.
Because he would cast into shore, and 5 feet or 10 feet up, there'd be his lure stuck in the tree.
I had a little problem with control at the beginning.
Great.
Yeah, great 20 years and here's to 20 more.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope you, Eric and Max and Kalen and are all sitting where you guys are. So.
Jacks.
All right, well, we got one more. We'll let Dave handle this one.
20 years for Big.
Yay!
Glad you're coming up on that one. All right, David, it's your turn. I'm gonna let this Dave do this because I get too emotional about this stuff.
Well, this is David's 15th year.
It's actually his 16th. Last
Yeah.
year was 15.
Yeah, that's true, but since your
One
dad
year.
has a screwed up idea about getting the right pictures in the right time. David is probably the most interesting person that makes this trip. In 15, 16 years, as many tales as we can tell about one another, and the tales that end up in the log or the journal that we have, nobody has more stories about him than David does. He's been crazy from day one. And back when we had the teams competing against one another, David and I were the gruesome twosome. And David, your dad, put together this wonderful book, and we've all looked at it, and it's got some beer stains on it, but you'll still enjoy it. It's just amazing in any of these books to see the maturity, or as you children grow up, and it's so well preserved by Dick in these books. But you'll be amazed, David. I know we don't probably have enough time for everybody to tell their favorite stories because there's probably 200 of them we can tell you. But congratulations.
Okay, love you.
Jeez, I am my father's son, aren't I?
Okay, David, we've all got stories to tell about you. What would you like to talk about as memories?
I think my favorite memory of Canada is I remember my first year, and everybody.
That's my beer.
That was not beer.
Everybody's talking about, Fly Swatter Boy and Dr. Death, and everybody had their own inside stories and stuff. And just over the years, to develop the relationships with you guys, and to create our own inside jokes and inside stories, that, I don't know, that's my favorite thing. I talk about you guys. I talk about this trip to all my friends all year round. So lucky to have this relationship with you guys. This book is awesome. I look through it all the time, show everybody, but it just means a lot. No one story, but just the inside jokes, the laughter, and the friendship that we all have. It means the world to me. So, thank you guys all.
You have certainly been a legend. There's 2 pages in there. I tried to get decent pictures of you. The hardest thing about this book was to try to get 1 or 2 decent pictures every year. Without just climbing a tree,
Licking something up.
Holding a branch between his legs.
some statue, mommy behind, some person on a moose or something with you doing something graphic on that part of it. And it was not easy to I went through a lot of pictures. So I kept 2 pages in the middle that are towards the end, because I had to wait till 2010 to be able to do this, right? And I put a goofy picture of each year, climbing the thing, putting beer bottles in your eyeball.
Peeing his name on the
Peeing
sand.
your name on the sand. That was actually 2 years. 2 separate years. One, I remember it.
His handwriting got a lot better.
It really did. It really did.
It's practice. Printing to cursive.
Yeah, cursive. Yeah. It's a lot easier to cursive with
The pen got
constant
closer to the
stream.
sand, too. A lot closer. A lot closer.
Well, and then you had Dave to back you up on how to spell. That helped a lot, too. Say, you know who would really like to be here? David, his Uncle Mike. He just had a lot of fun with you too, and you should give him a heads up or something like that for him,
Uncle Mike, we wish you were here. Joey, thanks for leaving some beer for us this year.
But the basketball games weren't nearly as interesting
Not nearly as fun.
without you here, Joe.
Look forward to having you guys with us next year.
It's
bad news.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Grandma.
One went to Chicago and the other to St. Paul. And I'm in Colorado when I'm not in some hotel, living out this life I've chose and come to know so well. Thank you for the music and your stories of the road. I thank you for the freedom when it came my time to go. I thank you for the kindness and the times when you got tough. And Papa, I don't think I said I love you near enough. The leader of the band is tired and his eyes are growing old, but his blood runs through my instrument and his song is in my soul. My life has been a poor attempt to imitate the man. I'm just a living legacy to the leader of the band. I am a living legacy to the leader of the band.